Armies around the world were left speechless, shocked, and emotional after BTS's Jungkook abruptly apologized in a live broadcast that went on without a major announcement. The initially casual-looking live turned into a meaningful moment when Jungkook, with a serious expression and a slightly quivering voice, revealed his deepest feelings, including a frank confession that dragged Jimin's name into the public spotlight. Since the beginning of the broadcast, many fans have already felt that something was different. Jungkook is not what he used to be. His smile appeared, but it did not fully reach his eyes. He was silent several times, as if gathering courage before finally saying slowly but firmly that there was something he wanted to convey honestly to the ARMY. Sincere and gratuitous apologies. Jungkook began with a simple, yet meaningful apology. He apologized to the ARMY because he felt that it had made many people worried, confused, and perhaps disappointed with his attitude and decision lately. No defense. There are no long excuses. Only the recognition that he is aware of his actions has a big impact. "I know many of you are hurt, and it makes me feel very guilty," he said in a slightly trembling voice. Those words were enough to silence the ARMY. Jungkook, who has always been known to be cheerful, full of energy, and always trying to look strong, that night showed his fragile side. He does not speak as a global superstar, but as a human being who is trying to be honest with his own feelings. A confession I've never said before. The most shocking part of the live was when Jungkook revealed the emotional pressure he had been under. He admits that he often feels afraid of making mistakes, afraid of disappointing those who love him, and afraid of not being able to meet such great expectations. The apology was the starting point. Jungkook admitted that he felt guilty because he had made many people worried, confused, and even hurt by his attitude and actions lately. Without going into too much specific detail, he confirmed that he realizes there is a lot of speculation going on, and he doesn't want fans to keep guessing without clarity. But what surprised ARMY the most was when Jungkook began to mention Jimin, a friend, a group mate, as well as a person who has long been known to have a strong emotional bond with him. "There is someone who is very important to me, and I don't think it's fair for him to get involved in this situation," Jungkook said cautiously. The sentence immediately made the live comment column explode. Jimin's name became trending in just a matter of minutes. Jungkook explained that Jimin has often been in a difficult position due to various public assumptions. He admitted that their closeness, the way they interact, to the body language caught on camera, are often misinterpreted. Jungkook felt guilty because, according to him, Jimin was a very sincere person and never intended to create confusion or controversy. "Jimin always thinks of others first. He's too kind, and I don't want him to be hurt by the wrong interpretation," Jungkook said. This speech sounds simple, but it makes a lot of ARMY touched because of the sincerity that feels real. He added that their relationship was the result of a long journey together, hard training, hard times, and great pressure that only those who lived it could understand. Jungkook confirmed that what is seen by the public is only a small part of the much deeper true bond as fellow BTS members. The statement sparked widespread discussion. Many fans think Jungkook is trying to protect Jimin from the burden of public opinion. Others felt that this apology showed Jungkook's growing emotional maturity, especially after going through various difficult phases in his life. On social media, the ARMY's reaction was divided but still dominated by support. Many wrote that they captured the pure honesty in Jungkook's words. Some soldiers admitted to crying because they felt their idols were carrying too many burdens alone, including a sense of responsibility towards those around them. "She apologized not for being forced, but for caring," one fan wrote. "The way Jungkook talks about Jimin is loving, not drama," another wrote. Interestingly, Jungkook also confirmed that he did not want this confession to be the subject of conflict between fans. He called on the ARMY to stay focused on love and support, not on assumptions or divisive narratives. For him, BTS has always stood on mutual trust and mutual protection. Jungkook's attitude is regarded by many as a form of moral responsibility. He did not try to defend himself excessively, did not blame anyone, nor did he prolong the controversy. Instead, he chooses to be honest about his feelings and apologize if his steps so far felt wrong. About Jimin, Jungkook closed the discussion with one sentence that again made the ARMY speechless. He's someone I've always looked up to, and I hope you guys look up to him too." That short sentence instantly became a viral quote. Many judge that no matter what happens behind the scenes, Jungkook and Jimin's relationship remains grounded in respect, care, and a bond that is not easily understood by outsiders. Until the end of the live, Jungkook smiled again, this time lighter. He thanked the ARMY for always waiting for, understanding, and loving him even when he was not perfect. The apology is not the end, but rather the beginning of more open communication. For ARMY, this moment will be remembered as one of Jungkook's most honest and emotional broadcasts. Not because of her controversy, but because of her courage to admit her feelings, protect the people she cares about, and still stand with a sincere heart. And about Jimin, the question, what is it? It may not be answered clearly, but one thing becomes clear. No matter what happens, the two keep each other safe, away from the cacophony of assumptions circulating out there. ARMY reaction: tears, support, and empathy. It didn't take long for the live cut to spread to various social media platforms. The keywords Jungkook and Live Jungkook are trending in various countries. ARMYs from around the world shared their reactions. Many admitted to crying, feeling connected, and touched by Jungkook's honesty. For the ARMY, Jungkook's apology was not something that was demanded. Quite the contrary, many felt Jungkook didn't need to apologize at all. However, that's what makes this moment so touching. Jungkook chose to take responsibility for his fans' feelings. Comments like, "Jungkook, you're enough," and "We love you for who you are" flooded social media. Many ARMY confirmed that they never saw Jungkook as a figure that must be perfect. Relationship transformation between Jungkook and ARMY. This live became an important turning point, not only for Jungkook, but also for the emotional connection between him and ARMY. Jungkook's honesty strengthens the bond, making it feel more human and real. During this time, Jungkook was often considered the almost flawless golden magne. But through this live, he shows that behind the nickname, there are humans who can be tired, can be afraid, and can be hurt. This recognition actually made many soldiers respect him even more. Not because of his perfection, but because of his courage to open up. A message bigger than just an apology. More than a clarification or an apology, this Jungkook live conveys a much bigger message. That it's okay to not always be strong. That speaking honestly about feelings is not a sign of weakness, but rather of courage. At the end of the broadcast, Jungkook smiled again, this time with a more relieved expression. He thanked the ARMY for always waiting for him, understanding him, and loving him unconditionally. "I'm going to try to be a better version of myself, not out of demand, but out of love," she said. That sentence became the perfect ending to a live that ARMY will long remember. Not as a scandal, not as a controversy, but rather as a rare moment of honesty from a BTS Jungkook, a world idol who dared to show his heart for what it is.